The Patreon pick, as requested by Tough on a Patreon, thank you, was the 2007 film There Will Be Blood. And if you also want to get your movie picked, and in our queue, I'm really fumbling this statement here right now. I don't know why. Excuse me. If you want us to watch a movie you pick, give us $1 on Patreon.com/Guapish. Anyways, this is the movie about some fucking dude that gets some oil, and he sells the oil.
There we go.
Fun fact, this movie was filmed at the same time in almost the same location as No Country for Old Men. And when they were doing a test for the oil rig fire, all of the smoke going in the air screwed up one of the shots for No Country for Old Men, and they had to shoot the next day instead.
Oh damn,
that's pretty
cool.
Good fun fact.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what? After each fun fact from now on, I'm going to be giving a rating of good or bad fun fact.
There we go.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Dylan, where are you rating this one?
Oh boy, this is going to be contentious to follow up the Reddit posts. I gave There Will Be Blood a C+.
Tanner, how about you?
I'm at a B+.
I'm sitting at A- right now. How about you, Jackson?
I'm currently at a solid A.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Dylan, why don't you like this movie very much?
This movie's boring, man. It was so boring. It took so much mental bandwidth to watch it. It's just, the plot made sense. It was fine. I had a hard time not following along in the sense of, like, I didn't understand what was happening. It was just, like, it wasn't doing enough to keep me engaged, and yeah, there was character development of the main guy, but, like, I also just didn't care. The movie didn't really give me a reason to care, and it was just, like, the way in which things happened, there just wasn't enough. I think if they cut out some parts in this and just, shortened it a little bit, I think I'd probably be more into it, but it's not only, like a genre I don't necessarily care about, but also just, it was done so slowly. It just didn't hold my interest. I don't know what to say.
Dude, so my thing with this movie is, this is one of those movies where I recognize all of the, like, technical aspects are done really well and whatever, but I just didn't really enjoy it. I wasn't necessarily bored per se, but, like, I wasn't very engaged, and my biggest problem with this movie is it feels masturbatory. It just really seems to me like the director and the actors are being like, look how fucking good we are at making movies, you retards. And my big example I'll give of this is the fucking milkshake line. That is an objectively stupid piece of dialogue. And to me, it came across like the scriptwriter going, look at this, Daniel Day-Lewis is such a good actor that we can make him say some retarded shit and you'll still love it, you stupid cow. And so I didn't really like what I perceived to be sort of the background vibe of this movie. Also, like, I kind of agree with Dylan with how I don't think this movie has very good plot momentum, primarily because we are jumping throughout time, and so it kind of skips and jumps in that way, so we don't get a real flow with a fully connected story or whatever. That being said, I still gave it a pretty good ranking because, again, all the technical stuff is really good. The acting is superb. The sets, the costumes, the friggin' cinematography, all that stuff was really good. And I wish there was more of this in the movie. I do like what was kind of the core conflict of, like, this business con man type versus this religious con man type and their sort of battle against each other. I thought that was a very engaging conflict, although it wasn't in the movie very much.
Mm-hmm. I will say, so obviously, performances in this film, fucking fantastic, absolutely stellar. They killed it. particularly for that milkshake line that you're referring to. I didn't think that was like out of place at all within the film, and that it very much so made sense for Daniel's character within that moment, because like, the whole thing that's going on there is he's just fucking dunking on this preacher now, because like, I fucking won, you hack. I've dominated you, and I'm going to just drill into your stupid, feeble little mind how dumb you are right now. And I'm going to break this down to the simplest little way I possibly can so you can understand that you're a fucking fool for bringing this proposal to me. Which I just thought was fun. That entire monologue he had there was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with Tanner on everything except for most of it. I think this movie was fantastic. Unsurprisingly, I gave it an A. Like you guys all said, the technical aspects of this movie are really well done. It's an incredibly well shot film. Cinematography is amazing. All the actors do a very, very good job. Obviously, the standout being Daniel Day-Lewis. He was fantastic. He plays a really dynamic character. The sets, costume, everything, it felt very true to life. It felt like we're in that moment. I thought the plot was incredibly engaging. I really liked the character study of the fucking oil prospector guy. Whatever the fuck his name is, can't remember, doesn't matter. But
it's the same as his actor.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just really like my slow-paced character study movies, and this is that. I was engrossed the entire time. I wasn't bored at all. I thought this movie was fantastic.
Yeah, really the biggest negative I have for this one is that I can see how it could be a little slow, but really my biggest thing is that it feels like Daniel pulling back the mask when that finally happened. It feels too abrupt for me. I would have liked a little bit more build up to that moment when he just fucking slams the preacher on the ground, starts beating down on him. I would have liked maybe just like a couple more interactions between the two of them before he gets to that point.
The other thing is, it's a bit weird to me that the scene right before that, like the whole purpose of it is to kind of establish that Daniel isn't happy and his life is kind of shitty now, actually.
Yeah. Like, basically at the end of the day for me, I would have and maybe I'm misinterpreting, I don't know, but again, I being the lowest on this movie, it's just, what I got out of this movie is this guy is kind of just a psychopath. It just showed him progressively going more and more insane, hating life, more and more things go on, shunning his relationships and ruining the relationships around him because all that ever really mattered to him was money, prosperity, and success. And it was kind of just a long drawn out way of watching this guy get away with different murders and becoming a psychopath. And I just didn't really enjoy that all that much, I guess.
That's fair enough. Dylan, would you like to, at the very least, get some women liquored up and taken to the peach tree dance, though?
Probably not.
Damn. Sounds like a hell of a time.
That's how you get murdered. That's how you get murdered by a guy who you say is your brother, but actually isn't your brother, and you're best friends with his brother, and you read his journal to become his brother, and then died because you were pretending to be his brother. Dude, fun fact, that guy who died, the guy who pretended to be his brother, that was the one dude from The Mummy.
The one
Benny,
dude?
I think his name was. Benny from The Mummy.
Oh.
Who ended up dying at the very end of the movie. He was like the mummy's like sidekick slave guy. Yeah, that guy. They're the same guy. Anyway.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's great that you mentioned that, because I knew I recognized him from somewhere but couldn't place it.
Dude, you've got your fun facts, I've got my actor facts, and I am a shoo-in for recognizing people in other movies. What can I say?
Well, guys, do you have any further thoughts on There Will Be Blood?
There was blood. There was also oil.
Honestly, I was about to say there could have been more blood.
I think it was a symbolic thing, you know?
Yeah, the film definitely didn't go in the direction I was initially expecting it to. I was thinking it's going to be...
Yeah,
I definitely thought it was going to be much more like, we're doing this whole thing with the oil, but all these fucking town people keep getting in the way. I gotta knock off a few of them so I can get the land and get my oil. But no, it didn't really go down.
I kind of also thought that. I thought it was going to be more along the lines of he got baited into coming to this land to drill it for oil. He starts drilling for oil, and now that he's established it, he doesn't want to leave, but also this, like, church is trying to get him to join, and they're kind of acting culty, so they were, like, gonna try to, start taking out his people. There was gonna be, like, a turf war, and it was just gonna be a whole occult thing. but I couldn't see this, I didn't really see this movie being a horror movie, so I was really unsure of what direction that was going to go. I literally thought it was just going to be Daniel versus the cult, and that would have been interesting.
Yeah, oil tycoon versus a southern cult.
Oh, yeah, it would have been great.
I like the intro of the movie a lot. I think it's very cool. I also like that the intro really demonstrates show not tell very well, and the rest of the movie does that a lot too. It's not super upfront about things that are going on and leaves it up to the audience to pick that up. Big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, up until, it goes to the second scene, I was like, oh, is like the shtick of this movie that there's going to be no dialogue?
Yeah, it was like a solid, I think, 15 minutes or so without really any dialogue at all.
I timed it.
Yeah.
It was 11 minutes before anybody said any voice lines in this movie.
Oh, damn.
Hell
I was going to bring that up as a fun fact. Thank you for reminding me.
Which is pretty cool. I like that. I can kind of see where Tanner's going, though, with this film feels a bit masturbatory.
I'll take your guys' word for it. I don't understand movies to that depth.
It sounds like his fucking A24 criticism.
Yeah.
Yes, that is actually exactly the parallel I drew in my mind.
Is this an A24 film?
No.
This is an
No.
A24. Okay, thank goodness.
But you know what? If the film's good, it can be a little masturbatory, alright?
I suppose so.
Yeah, it's just a very well-made movie with really good themes, really good character writing. I do think the biggest downside to most people would be its length and its slowness. Given it is a character-focused piece, we spend a lot of time just with our main character, and there's some slow scenes, but you gotta be into it.
True, and it didn't work on me. Big surprise.
Oh yeah,
Well, boys, I'm sticking in my A-.
I'm sticking at my A.
I guess I'll stick with my C+. Tanner, how many shots did you take?
I'm sticking with my B+. We actually didn't say it once, so
I was
guess
trying
I'm
to
good.
intentionally avoid it. I thought I wasn't
What?
sure how serious. I was trying to avoid saying slow burn. I wasn't sure how serious you were about that.
Take a shot,
statement.
everyone. Take a shot,
There
everyone.
we go. Mazel tov. Wait,
Mazel.
is that shalom? What's
I don't
the
know.
fucking Jew thing you say when you drink?
Yeah, Mazel Tov is like, hooray, attaboy.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
guys, you'll never believe this. It's another one to the B+
Hot
pile.
damn.
Damn. Sorry, boys.
Unsurprising.
I think this is, to be completely honest, this is the first
This
time.
is probably the one that's least deserving of the B+ pile, and I say that as someone who rated it a
Yeah.
B+.
Yeah, this is a very highly critically acclaimed
People
movie.
fucking
Are ranked
love
pretty far
this
below the
film.
medium.
I mean, to
Joe
be-
Rogan shouts out the milkshake scene frequently.
Yeah, I could definitely see myself this like becoming like a fucking No Country for Old Men type thing for me, like what that movie is for Tanner. I just need to I didn't literally read or watch anything, like no explanations. All of my opinion about this movie is just off the dome. I'm sure if I go and watch a bunch of shit like 10 things you missed in There Will Be Blood or whatever and give it another watch, I could see myself liking this movie even more.
Oh yeah, Tarantino is like a 20-minute breakdown on this film and shit. Like, he loves it. Seeing a bunch of other big reviewers be like, this is the fucking shit right here. This kicks ass.
All I'm saying, Dylan, is I already thought this movie was fantastic. You go to fucking A, and if I can get more context as to maybe other things about this movie, then I could watch it with a new sense of appreciation and like it even more. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby.
Alas, I've got movie smooth brain, and we all know what kind of movies I'm into.